Hi guys, welcome to the team call. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you're staying nice and warm because it snowed like crazy here in the last 2 days, and we haven't had any snow at all up until now, and we got like a foot of super heavy snow. So we've kind of just been stuck inside and just trying to stay warm. But anyways, thanks so much for being here. Most of you know I'm Sarah Tri and the founder of Team Triceps. And so if we have anybody new on the team call, welcome. If you're a new coach, we're excited to have you here. If you're just visiting and just seeing what we're about, thanks for being here too. So today we're going to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart, and that's goals and planning. I'm a very goal-driven person. That's just how I operate. That's like how my brain works. And I think a lot of us are that way. Like we just want to, especially those of you on this call, like, we just have this need to like have something to drive forward to and then check it off the list, right? So that's just kind of how I work and operate. And I kind of wanted to share my process of planning my year with you guys so that you could create your best year, because this is a system that I've been using. I've made tweaks every year, but it's a system that I've been using for the last 3 years, and it's literally helped me create the life of my dreams, living life by design. As you guys know, Adam and I were able to take this cross-country road trip this fall, and then we're heading back down to San Antonio here in a week. So, it's just kind of crazy that we are able to do this, but it's because of really good planning, staying organized, and making it happen. So the key here is not just to set goals, but it's also to track them, have that system of tracking, and give yourself due dates and stay on top of it, and not just give yourself a due date and not do it, but actually give yourself a due date and do it. And then you're going to be able to achieve those goals. So if you're on the call, I love to hear like your top goal. Like what's your number one goal that you've thought of for 2016? And I know you have it. You don't have to have your top 10 yet. We're going to talk about that. But if you have like a top goal that you're going for, I'd love to hear in the chat box over on the right what your top goal is for 2016. And I'll shout you out here in a little bit, but I think we should just kind of get started and jump in. So I hope that you have a notebook with you ready to take some notes, because we're gonna make this happen. So Kirsten says get out of debt. Jordan says get to diamond. It's awesome. Anybody else? Wendy says diamond. Wendy, you're so close. If it's Wendy Grant. And Jennifer says pay off credit card. Yep. $500 a week consistently, become a diamond coach. I love it. Hit diamond. Awesome. So a lot of diamond coaches. So maybe we'll use that as an example on how to reverse engineer that goal. 2-star diamond for Susanna. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. So here's the deal, guys. So goals have to be specific. They have to be timely, and they have to be measurable. So for you to say on your list of goals for 2016, I want to be a diamond coach, that doesn't really tell you anything. Like, when do you want to be a diamond coach by? You want to be a diamond coach by this specific date. So instead of saying I want to be diamond or diamond coach or I want to be 2-star, it needs to be I want to be diamond by April 27th. Okay, whatever that date is, whatever you're working towards, that's the date that you want to set, and you want to put that in there, okay? You want to put that in your goals. And also for your goals, I really, really want you to dream big, like really big, like almost to the point where you're like, there's almost no way, I don't think that I could ever do this. Because I feel like, okay, and this is the disclaimer here, is that you really have to know your personality. Like for me, I like to set these really high goals, and it doesn't really deter me if I don't hit them. I work really hard to hit really big goals, and a lot of times I don't hit them. But like, for example, in 2014, I went for 15-star diamond coach, and I hit 10-star diamond coach. And I was like super stoked about that, because for me, it was like I was reaching for the stars and landed on the moon type of thing. And this year, one of my goals is to hit 15-star, like actually do it this year and make it happen. So you know what I have to do to hit 15 star? I have to go for 20 star. Even though 20 star is not even a thing, that's what I'm working towards, is to help 20 people on my team hit diamond to make me a 20 star, which will be a 15 star. So know your personality. If you're the type of person that gets really discouraged if you don't hit a goal, even if you know you worked hard and you still hit some other goals in the process, if you didn't hit that big goal, are you going to be discouraged? And if you are, then you need to know yourself and make your goals a little bit more realistic. But if you're more like me and you're like, okay, I know that I'm not going to get discouraged because I know that failure is part of the journey, and that by reaching so high, I still got a lot accomplished. If that's you, then I want you to dream really big. So like if you put down that your top goal is diamond, your top goal should be like 5-star diamond. I'm going to push you. Okay. And if you're kind of like, you get discouraged if you don't hit a goal, then and you put diamond down, I want you to even push yourself just a little bit and say 2-star diamond. Okay. I want you guys to be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and getting your business to the next level. Okay. So whatever you're writing down now, we're going to put like a multiplier on that, okay? Because I want you to dream big. I want it to be big, big, big. Let me tell you a story. So in 2013, this was the first year that I was full-time Beachbody coach. We were making like no money. Adam was working at the shipbuilding company here in Sturgeon Bay. Super dangerous job. It sucked, and I hated that he had to work there. We had just moved to Wisconsin, 3 months prior, and I was a shaky diamond, meaning I wasn't holding diamond very consistently. Like I was falling in and out of diamond. So for those of you that don't know, when you're a diamond, you have to keep your coaches active. So to be diamond, you have to have 8 coaches, 2 of them have to be emerald, and everybody in your organization has to be active on that rolling 5-week active period, right? So when your people aren't staying active, you fall out. Well, I was falling out like every other week, but I made this goal at the beginning of 2013, and I said, I'm not just going to shoot for elite coach. So I was diamond at the time, and to be elite, I had to get 5-star. I wasn't just going to shoot for elite coach and 5-star. I was like, I'm going to shoot for top 10 coach. And I was like so freaking scared to tell people this. Like, it took so much of me to even post or to tell people or to write it down on paper. Like I was like, I can't even believe I'm doing this, right? And it was like, I can do this, I can do this. Well, guess what? I didn't hit top 10, but I hit number 20. I finished number 20 in 2013. And that year literally has driven my business forward in so many other ways. Still to this day, I still get paid back from all of the work and from pushing myself out of my comfort zone that year. I still get rewarded for that today. Josh Coates and I were talking, and he was telling me how many rock stars we have on the team, and how the systems of this team, and how we've come together as a family. And I'm like, I really just think that year that I pushed so hard helped create a culture of rock stars on this team. So what you do in 1 year, you may not feel the benefit right in that moment, and you may not know the difference that it's making or the ripple effect that you can create. And you may not even hit that goal. I didn't even hit my goal. It was my top goal for that year. I didn't even hit it, but it still created so much momentum in my business. Okay, so oh, Suzanne, I wish you could make the retreat too. Gosh, I wish you could come. Okay, so let's talk about the types of goals. So you guys, basically what we're going to talk about is I want you to make a list of 10 things. So I want there to be 10 things on your list of big goals for 2016. I want you to push for 10. And when I first did this, I was like, I don't have 10. But I had to really dig deep inside. So here's some ideas of the different kinds of goals that you can set. You can set business goals, of course. You can set personal goals. Let me back up. Within business, you can set goals like how many followers you want on social media, how many people you want to help every month, how many coaches you'd like to sign to your team to join you for the whole year, how many coaches you want on your whole team. Like, what do you want your whole team to look like? What do you want your organization to look like? For business, it can be what income do you want to hit? What rank do you want to hit? Okay, so things like that. There's so many goals that can be set there. Personal goals. Personal goals are like, you know, where do you want to take your fitness and your health? You want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a second house? Do you want to pay off your debt? Okay, so there's a ton there too. And I also wrote down fitness, so I guess I kind of lump fitness and personal together. And then of course family. So family is huge too. If you want to make sure that you are staying connected through all of this, building your business with your spouse or your significant other or your kids, you have to put it on your priority and goal sheet. Okay, it's got to be there. And family can also include things like, you know, organizing the household and making sure that everything's running smoothly and creating systems, right? That's all there. So there's so many goals that I know that you can come up with 10. I know you can, okay? So once you come up with your goals and you've made them specific, you've made them timely, you've made them measurable, and you've dreamed really big, okay? Once you get your 10, then you go out and you make it pretty. So when I say make it pretty, I mean go to Canva, or go to PicMonkey, or find an app on your phone and put those goals in there and make it pretty. And then I want you to like print it off or something. You can upload it to Walgreens and you can print it off, and it can actually be a vinyl on your wall right here. Can you guys see this? Goals. That's my little vinyl from last year. I need to look at those goals. So here's the problem, you guys. This is what happened to me in 2014. I was really set on my goals in the beginning of the year, and it slowed down. So I'm changing things up on how I track, because I want to make sure that I do hit all the goals that I set for 2016. I don't want to just hit half of them. I really do want to hit them all, and I really want to make this year the year that I hit them all, okay? So that's really the big part of it, is you need to make them visible. So print it off, put it on your wall. Like that's a sticky poster that you can like actually stick onto your wall. Put it as the background on your phone. Whatever you need to do, I want you to be looking at those top 10 goals every single day. If you need to print it off and like fold it up and put it in the book that you're reading, so that every time you read your book, you also read your top 10 goals, whatever you have to do. But I want you to be looking at your top 10 goals every single day. Okay, so basically what we need to do is, once you have all of your goals, you need to sit down and you need to make a page in your notebook for every single goal. And you need to say, what do I need to do to hit this goal? So we're basically reverse engineering this goal, and you are writing out every single thing that you need to do to hit this goal. So it's kind of like, it turns into like a project, if you will. Okay, it turns into like a project. So like one of my, it's not necessarily a top 10 goal, but a top 10 goal for me and a priority for me this year is to have really good team training and to create really awesome systems for you guys in team training. I know we have great stuff now, but I know it can be better. I know it can be more organized, and I know I can deliver content in a much more streamlined way to you guys. So that's what I'm working on. And part of that is the team retreat, because getting to the team retreat is part of your training, and that's part of what I'm offering to you as part of Team Triceps. And we are going to be videotaping the retreat, which is exciting and awesome. So I'll be able to share that with you guys. We just got a new camera for Christmas, which is really exciting. So all of that is going to be streamlined. But one of my projects is the team retreat. And it's a big project. It's a big undertaking to have an event for 60 people, right? So I have to write down, I have a list of paper, or a list in my notebook that says team retreat, and I just list on everything that I need to do to get it done, and that becomes a project. And then I can assign due dates to each one of those things, okay? So some of your goals you're not going to get to until later in the year, but a lot of them you're going to be working on simultaneously early in the year. A lot of them are going to become like a daily habit for you. Okay, so I want to teach you guys how to track this stuff and how to make sure that you're staying on top of your goals, okay? So we're just going to check chat box. Retreat is not sold out, Stephanie. We have 10 spots left. So I will, actually, I think there's 9. I think I just got another confirmation of a ticket sold. But if Team Triceps does not sell out the retreat by the 31st, I will be opening it up to the entire network on the 1st. And I've got a lot of friends in the network, so I guarantee it will go fast. Okay, so Jess, a vision board does count, absolutely. So a vision board, you just want to make sure that your top 10 goals are listed on that vision board. So you can make it as big as you want, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to share my screen with you because I want to show you that what I'm using. I'm using a program called Asana. It's A-S-A-N-A, asana.com. It's a free project management app, and I know some of you on the team are using it, some of you aren't. I know a lot of you are using it for your prospects. I personally can't use it for my prospects because I've got too many customers and prospects. And for me, it's more of just like a to-do list and a project management list. So I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into what I do every day because it's so much, okay? So there's just a lot going on right now, and I get really excited about like new stuff and creating new stuff and delivering content and teaching you guys what I do, but it takes a lot of work, and I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist because I'm totally not, but I like to deliver it in a way that I would like to receive it, and that takes a lot of work. So I just want to make it as streamlined and as great for you as possible. So let's see. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so we can see this here. So here we go, guys. When you log into Asana, you are going to be, I don't know where it's going to take you when you first log in, but when you come in here, you have this little workspace here, and everybody is given one workspace, and that's called personal projects right here. I don't use this workspace. I don't know why I never did, but I just don't use it. So what I did was I created, you can create more workspaces, but you can absolutely use this personal projects. I just don't think that you can rename this one. Maybe that's why I didn't use it, because I didn't like the name of it. So you can go in and you can create a new project. So, or you can, let's see, so how do we do this? Or a new workspace. You go here, click on more, and then you click create new workspace. And you'll be able to create several different workspaces here. Now here's what I found out. I had a lot more workspaces. I've been consolidating them over the last couple weeks because I really like to have it all in one. So right now the one that I'm using is projects and to-dos. So when I click on this, it's going to show me everything that I have going on in my projects and to-dos. And holy crap, that's a lot of stuff, right? So the first thing that you want to do, see, this is clicked here on my tasks. So this is going to show me all of the tasks that I have in this particular workspace. But if you want to, like for me, I like to go here. You want to do it by task by due date, because it's going to give me all of the tasks that I need to do for today. So I still have a couple tasks that I need to do for today. And then it just shows me what I have going on. So like right now, like I'm looking at this, like I have so much going on for tomorrow. It's crazy. But I did this, I actually did this today, so I can chop that off. Okay, so what you can do in here, and this is how, do you guys see how there's like little tags here? Well, what I do to help myself and to like translate it into what I put in my notes is I create a project over here. So there can be projects within a workspace. So I actually need to create a project, and it's going to be the project called Life by Design, because I want to have tasks specifically for you know, my recruiting efforts to help you know, show people what we do, right? So it's basically like my recruiting project, but I like to call it Life by Design, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people live their life by design. So I'm going to create this project name, Life by Design, and we'll call it recruiting, okay? And I'm going to create this project. So there's nothing in here right now. And you'll see over here that it went to the bottom. You can actually drag this up. If it's important, you can pull it up. Okay, so I need to add, I wrote some notes down today. You know, like when you're busy during the day and you can't get to Asana, you kind of just take notes. I kind of have a notebook where I just take notes and I say, add this to Asana. So I need to add in that I'm going to be doing a webinar, $250 weekly ad webinar. So do you guys remember that $200 or $250 per week ad? It was like, if you made $250 per week for sharing your fitness, would you do it? Do you remember that ad? Well, that ad got a ton of traction, but compliance didn't love that ad, so I have to tweak it. But I want to tweak it and create a webinar with it. So that's like my my next thing on how to recruit coaches and get them to start living their life by design or start building their life by design. So I need to put in here $250 post tweak. Okay, so these are like all tasks that I need to do. Okay, and then once you're in here and you create the task, you can click unassign, but we're going to put myself here, and then I'm going to give myself a due date. So I want to start these, I want to start this in January because this is like a great time for people to start doing this. So I really need to get the ball rolling on this, and I really need to get it going. So I'm going to work on it on Saturday, and I'm going to tweak this post. I'm going to tweak this on Friday so that I can have some stuff ready for that webinar on Saturday. Okay, so basically what that means is, and what I need to do is I also need to learn how to create reoccurring webinars. Okay, it just doesn't like that word. Okay, so I need to learn how to do that. So really, I need to be doing that even earlier. So I need to be getting that done on Thursday. I need to tweak my post on Friday, and then I need to like really get the ad going and get my content going, content for the webinar. So that's another one is content for webinar. And then I need to create a lead page for a webinar. So a lead page is, if you guys go to saratry.com/lifebydesign, that's a lead page because that will get them signed up to get the information about a webinar. Or a lead page is also like what you signed up when you registered for this webinar. That was a lead page. You signed up to be part of the webinar. So I need to create that for this webinar, okay? So that's how we create projects and we create tasks within there. So you can see I have tons of stuff, and here's what I do. My dailies are right here because dailies don't really fit into everything, but I have certain things that I have to get done every day. It's a non-negotiable, okay? So whenever you go into projects, the first thing you want to do, and I don't know if someone wants to tell me how to default to tasks by due date, that would be awesome, but it never defaults to that. So you always want to do tasks by due date because you want to know what you have to do today, okay? So I still need to start my 5 Instagram conversations, and I need to check on my Facebook ads, okay? So I still need to do that for today. Once I do that, I check it off. The cool thing is that this is on a repeat. So when you set a due date for this, you can actually click daily, periodically, weekly, monthly. You can set how you want this to repeat. So this is repeating every single day. So let's just say I did this already. I'm going to check it off, give it a minute, and it's going to refresh and come back up. Okay, so it hasn't come back up yet, but it will come back up. So we're gonna move back, let's move to weekly. So I've got a lot of stuff that I do every single week. So like for example, okay, I'm gonna do due date, task by due date. These are reoccurring every week. So team calls, I have this set up for every Tuesday. And in the team calls, I have ideas for what I want to do for team calls, okay? So I just checked this off a couple hours ago because I created my content for the team call and I posted the webinar link, okay? So I have other things that I check. This one is different, check in with new coaches. I actually do this twice a week, repeats weekly on Mondays and Wednesdays, okay? Because that's important for me to check in with my new coaches and see how my newbies are doing, okay? And then check rank advancement, check my downline. I just have a lot of things that I do on a weekly basis. And one of them that I want to show you guys is track and review top 10 2016 goals. So this is a thing that I think that you all need to look at and review, because if you're not reviewing your top 10 goals on a weekly basis, or you're not tracking what you're doing, you're not really going to necessarily know if you're hitting that progress, okay? So let me just show you guys. I'm going to just jump into my Google Drive real quick here. I love Google Drive, by the way, so if you don't use Google Drive, you should. It's amazing. Okay, so let's see here. Beachbody, personal business. Okay, so here's my priorities. Priorities and goal trackers. So every single week, I've created this tracker for myself that I need to look at every single Thursday to keep me on track with my top 10 goals. So one of my goals is that I'm outsourcing more of the tasks that I do. And so I need to reevaluate, you know, are things being outsourced like they need to, or do I need to take some things back, or do I need to give some things away? Okay, one of my goals is to hit 15 stars. So I need to be looking at, where are my personally sponsored coaches? Are they going to hit diamond? How are they doing? I need to check in with them. And you know how it goes. Like, you start building your business and maybe you don't want to do it. And there's always coaches that drop out. And so you have to reevaluate that kind of stuff. So if I'm not staying on that weekly, I'm going to miss the boat on it. Okay. I want to read 16 books. That's one of my goals, 16 books in 2016. So in order to do that, I need to be reading 6 chapters a week. Okay, email list. I want to add 175 people to my email list on a weekly basis, because I want my email list to be 10,000 at the end of the year. And I broke it down into 52 weeks. What does that look like weekly? So I need to be making that goal, and I need to be measuring these goals. So when I check this next week, and I'm going to count how many were added to my email list, I'm going to put the number in here. So I know right now, I think I have like 1,200 on my email list. So actually, I would probably put it here. Started with 1,200. And then I can say January 7th, I had, hopefully, I'll be able to put that 1,375, okay? So I'm going to start tracking that, because I need to know what I'm doing, okay? One of my things is getting my new coaches started in a better, more efficient way. So is new coach onboarding going smoothly? Team training, am I doing at least one video in addition to the team call? Okay, you know, reevaluating my recruiting goals. I need to be recruiting a certain amount of people to be hitting my goals this year. I need to be helping more and more people live their life by design. So I need to reevaluate that every single year, right? I have several online academies that I've purchased throughout the years that I've done like half of. So my goal this year, one of my goals on my top 10, is to finish all of my online academies. So have I watched 5 academy videos this year? Or I'm sorry, per week. That's my goal. And you guys, if we go back to Asana, let's see. If we go back to Asana, I know I've got, oh look, see, there's my check Facebook ads for tomorrow. That showed back up. Let's see, where is my, I know I have online academy somewhere. Online academies, there it is. So right now, for this month, I'm working on an academy called Virtual Business Academy. And so I have 2 VBA videos that is every single day. So it recurs today, every single day through the end of the 31st. And I gave myself a goal in here, complete full VBA program by January 31st. And then I start 3 48-hour film school videos on February 1st. So I need to be watching 3 per day on February 1st. This one is reoccurring. I gave myself a goal of 10 days to get that completed. That one's a little shorter. Okay, so on and so forth. So I'm tracking this, like Asana is giving me the daily tasks that pop up, right? Because they're going to be popping up every single day. The tracker here is going to be keeping me on task. Like it's like the double check. It's like the extra check. You can even share this tracker with your business partner or your mentor or whatever. You can share this with them and make sure that someone's keeping you accountable. Okay, so you guys, there's so much. I'm going to stop the screen share. But there is like so much that you can do to stay on track. But the only way The only way that you're going to hit these big, crazy goals is you have to track it, and you have to set due dates for things within that project, because hitting diamond isn't just going to happen. There has to be things that have to happen. You have to reverse engineer what that looks like. So let's talk about it. If you want to hit diamond, and let's say you are a brand new baby coach, like you signed up a month ago and you're starting to really learn things about coaching, and you're like, I want to be a diamond coach. Okay, so first you need to figure out, what does it take to be a diamond coach? Write that down. Okay, you know, how many people do I need to talk to every single day to be a diamond coach? How many invites do I need to send? So this is like all like research stuff. So you got to like research a little bit first. So once we kind of research that, and if you're my PS coach, you would come to me and ask me these questions, and we would come up with a plan for you, right? Or if you personally have a PS coach that wants to hit diamond, you're going to help them come up with a customized plan to do this, because we need checks and balances daily. We need that daily check in Asana. Like, okay, I reached out to 5 people today. I sent 2 business invites, and I invited 3 people to the Backstage Pass event that Sarah's having in 2 weeks. Whatever it is, right? So you have to reverse engineer. So if you're a brand new baby coach and you do all your research and you find out that you need 8 personally sponsored coaches to hit diamond, I'm going to tell you that you should really be striving to get 10, maybe even 12. So you should set your goal on, I need to get 12 personally sponsored coaches in my business by the date that I want to be diamond, by April 27th. Okay, so what does that look like? If I look at the amount of weeks that I have until April 27th, how many coaches do I need to be signing per week? It's probably going to come out to about 1 coach a week. Okay, and then part of that, you have to help 2 coaches on your team hit emerald. So you have to start, you know, thinking about, who are my emeralds going to be? A lot of times, to hit diamond, you can help your spouse or significant other get to emerald by signing 2 coaches up under them. That's how I first got to diamond, was I signed 2 coaches up under Adam. So you're going to have to get 2 more coaches, which means you're going to have 14 total. So it's like all those things like that, right, that you need to be thinking about. And then you're like, okay, if Sarah says that it takes, you know, 10 conversations to get 1 person to say yes, how many conversations do I need to be having in order to get that many coaches? Okay, and I have so many good calls, you guys, on, there's a call that I did a year ago called Planning Your Weekly Activity, and I think I'm going to do it again next week to help you guys figure out what you need to be doing to hit your goals for 2016. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will do that call again, maybe make a few tweaks on that stuff for you. But you know, it's easy to reverse engineer it. Like, it's just planning. It's just taking notes and planning, and then setting dates. That stuff's easy too, setting the dates. The hard part is actually doing it, is going into Asana every single day and checking what you have to do. I know for me, I'll get busy and like 3 days will go by and I won't be in Asana at all, and everything like piles up and I'm just like overwhelmed. Okay, well, that's when you need to not freak out, and you need to not like block Asana out, because I will do this all the time, and I will like just not look at Asana. So when I got into Asana this week to start like getting everything set up for my goals, I had things in there that were overdue since August, because when we started rebuilding the camper and remodeling it before our trip, I was just not using it. I just wasn't, I mean, I was doing the bare minimums in my business. So I just really wasn't using it, and all of the projects kind of went to the wayside, and that's just what happened. So don't let that get too out of control. And I think as you start to use it, you will start to find your flow. So let me just look at, these questions. Okay, so Christina asks, how do you figure out the average weekly income goal? Like, I want to hit 2,000 weekly by the end of year 2016. So you're saying like the activity. Christina, I'm going to do the call on planning your weekly activity, because that is actually based on hitting income goals. So that will help you reverse engineer if you want to make 2,000 every single week. Okay, so Wendy says, I hit my tasks. Okay, so someone must be asking a question. Can you use Asana on your laptop and phone? Yeah, Mom, I actually have an app, Asana app on my phone. It works great. It works beautiful. I really like it. So I can just go into Asana and click on, I just have to make sure that I'm in the right workflow, and I'm sorry, the right workspace. And then I just go into, I click the little check mark on the bottom, and it will show me all of my tasks. Yeah, super, super user-friendly on your phone. Yeah, and I agree with Wendy. Wendy says that she doesn't use her phone very often. She usually uses her computer when she sits down. And I mean, I agree with that because, you want to be focused when you're doing your work, right? So having it on your phone is really more for emergencies only. I think for me, I would use it because I definitely put personal stuff on my Asana. So like when I'm out and about, like that would just be a nice thing for me if I had to check, what else I needed to do for the day or upcoming. Or if you're out and about, this is what's good about it. If you're out and about and you think of something that you need to do, you need to add, you can always add it right there on your app. Okay. All right, guys. So I think that we're set. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions about Asana or any questions about how to create your top 10 goals or whatever, tag me in the team page. Shoot me a message. You guys, you can achieve anything you want to achieve in 2016. Like this is it. Like this is your fresh start. Like this is the time to like dig deep, set some really crazy goals and focus and do it and make it happen. Like that story I told you about 2013 is not, that's for real. Like I really did that. Like that really happened. And it made a huge difference in my life, in so many other people's lives. Like don't discount what can happen in 1 year and the effect that can have on the rest of your life. So I want you to seriously think about what you want in your life and how 2016 can help you achieve that, because it absolutely can, but you have to be organized. And I say that lightly because yes, you have to be organized, but for me, I'm not always crazy organized. Like I know I look organized, but it's a disheveled mess most of the time, but I just got to figure it out. And Asana like keeps me on track. Like there will be many days that I won't get in there and check things off, but I just got to get back on it and get in there. And I think too, if you're one of those people that says, I just got to get organized before I do it, there's too much fear holding you back from actually doing it. Like sometimes there's so many excuses for not doing it because of all the other things. So there's this fine line of, yes, you have to be organized to go, but you also just have to go sometimes, and the rest will find its way. Yes? So, so thanks so much for being on, you guys. 2016 is going to be a hell of a year. Like we are going to achieve some epic shit in 2016. Like, are you with me? Like, are we going to make this year amazing? Because I'm excited to make it amazing. And for all of you that are into sending me good vibes, I need some good vibes for the end of year. I'm working on closing a few more things to make Elite happen. My third year as Elite, I'm working with one of my coaches to make a few things happen so she can hit Diamond. So send us some good vibes so we make that happen. We have until tomorrow night at midnight. So all good vibes are absolutely appreciated. And hopefully I will be standing on stage as a 3-time Elite coach next year. So anyways, thanks so much, you guys. You're amazing. I can't wait for 2016. It's going to be a hell of a year. And let's go get them. Let me know if you have questions. Okay? See you guys.